Hey, girl.
Hey. Oh, it came
Hey,
off.
Peggy.
Let's get our screen up. Hey, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. I don't know why. Maybe I'll be pressing it too many times.
I just want to say before we start, like we're just starting, so and we're not like tech savvy. We just be winging it, trying to figure stuff out. So you're gonna see some different stuff happening probably every week for a while. Like this week, we on a whole different platform than we was on last week streaming. So I hope y'all become loyal and hang in there with us, because we just in here on a hope and a prayer.
Yep. So welcome, guys. Welcome everybody to It's the Meetup Talk Show. Yay! We will be streaming live to you guys every Thursday, 6:30 Central Time of 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. So we are so excited to be with you guys on tonight. Like Rhea said, listen, we are but we learning though, friend. Like we learn, we learning.
It's on my resume.
Right. I mean, full resume. So I'm so excited about that. It's hard though. Like you have to see us in behind the scenes, but it's hard. But I am definitely thankful for it. And I'm thankful for all those who are watching with us right now. We're so excited to have you on with us tonight. Also, just so you'll know, we're streaming live right now on Facebook and YouTube. So you can also catch our show on YouTube at It's the Meetup on YouTube. You'll catch us. We're streaming live on there. And then as soon as we finish here, guys, we're going to go over to our Instagram page, which is It's the Meetup also. And we'll be streaming live on that as well.
Okay, so if you've been here before, you know the housekeeping rules, but I'll let you know them again. Number one, don't keep tonight to yourself. We want you to share, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell your cousin, tell your mama, tell anybody that you think could, be a part of your tribe, our tribe, and just vibe out with us. Don't forget to interact with us. Comment in the comments. We want to hear, what you have to say. This is our platform that we created, but we want you to interact with us. And number three, relax. Grab your favorite snack. I'm drinking wine, kind of as usual, but I got water too. Grab your favorite snack and beverage, and let's go.
All right. So, first up, this is something that we're going to do every week, and that is called Tag Them In. Listen, we have a specific demographic when it comes to the Meetup show. We are very geared in these areas, and so if you know somebody that fits any one of these criterias, we need you to tag them in right now and let them know. Not just tag them in, but let them know, hey, you need to be a part of this show. Tune in. It's the Meetup Talk Show every Thursday. Listen, we need y'all to be our hype team for hype us up. So if you right, so if you know anybody that is between the ages of 25 and 40, if they're a mom, if they're married or single, if they're a boss, an entrepreneur in leadership, or looking to one day be in leadership, listen, anybody that's in need of a tribe, come on, tag them in right now. Somebody that wants a safe space to vent, because we're going to be completely honest on this show. We're going to tell the truth, no matter whether it's what we're supposed to be saying or not. If you know anybody that's an introvert or extrovert, listen, come on in. We got space for you too. Listen, whether you are interacting with us in the comments or you just watching along, we okay. Just come on, tag them in. Anybody that needs the opportunity to connect. And even listen, we got a spot for the men too. Listen, if you are a man, you are interested in knowing what women think, or or you just want to hear us talk, listen, or
And
just watch
sometimes we
it.
got questions for y'all too.
I mean, we do. We had a question this week for you guys, and so come on in, tag them in the comments. Let them know you need to be watching this show right now, and we can't wait.
Okay, so one of the things that we do on our show is check in. It's important for us to check in with each other and check in on your strong friend just to see how they're doing. Temperature check. You don't want to think sometimes everything is okay with people when sometimes it's not okay. Everything is not okay. So every week when we join, we'll do a check in, and you can check in too in the comments. You could briefly tell us what's going on with you, and we'll tell you the same. So Julia, what's going on with you this week?
Whew. Okay, so this week I kind of I had to write it down so I wouldn't forget once the lights came on, and then you have a brain fart. I'm like, what's really going on with you? But two things. The first thing was like I was trying to figure out like, okay, where am I at right now? And so right now I'm literally navigating through like being full-time entrepreneur, full-time everything, like the literally I have to, it's no like guaranteed check coming every week, and so forth. Like literally have to grind, I have to reach out to people. And so just kind of navigating through that. Like I was telling you earlier, you know, I actually work from home in the office. And I was like, okay, I was able to get a lot done because normally I'm always on a go, on traveling back and forth. But I was able to get a lot done today. And so I'm just really trying to navigate what that looks like now. Being consistent, come on, like full-time entrepreneur, I have to be consistent. So like really just honing in on what that looks like for me in this season. Understanding how important my branding is, from all the things that I'm doing right now. And then a part that's really like I'm trying to get out there and be strong in is like networking. Hugs. That I found that to be the part where I'm a lot hesitant in, and I need to stop doing that. Like when it comes to like producing stuff, it's like instant. Like I could produce something. You'll be able to see it. I'll be able to manifest it. But baby, when it comes to networking, and this is the key, like I need to be able to network in order for anything that I'm doing right now, whether it's the meetup or real estate or this mom braids, all this stuff, save mom life. I have to be able to network because my network is what my net worth. So it's like, do I want to stay in this box or do I want to be able to like expand? And I do want to expand in this season. So it's really just right now, my check-in is just like coming out. Coming out. I'm already a doer. I just need to come out. Julia, come out. Listen, I need y'all to hold me accountable each week. Y'all need to be in the comments checking in on me saying, Julia, have you come out this week? And I'm going to answer y'all. I'm going to let y'all know, hey, I went to this event. I did this, because I do. I have to come out. I literally have to come out. And then the other thing with my check-in is it really grieved my heart, like what happened this weekend with the Buffalo massacre. Like I literally couldn't sleep at night thinking about that. Like I think the part that it's just crazy. Like I know realistically, like we know hate is out there, but just to know like this man was like he was plotting for years. Like he literally was plotting for years. And his main agenda was to take out as many black people as he could. Like he purposely drove to the closest predominantly black neighborhood. Yeah, it's close to him, which was 200 miles away. He literally wrote a 180-page like document on what he was going, like this was literally thought out all the way to what he assumed his last meal was going to be. Like, and it just hurts my heart. Like, we are people. Like, we even how they saw us back in the day, like they saw us as animals and stuff like that. But no, like we're people. Like we deserve to expand. We deserve to have more. We deserve to live like without
Live
having to worry
freely.
about
Yeah.
somebody, right? How worrying about, like the Black Wall Street, like we're doing well and somebody gets upset and then goes and destroy everything. Like all of
Right.
that really pisses me off. Like bothers me to think like this is really people out here thinking that way and thinking of a plan of how to make us extinct, basically. Like, and
Mhm.
what's the point of that? Like, there'll be so many
Right.
things that won't be produced just because we weren't we weren't created. Like, a lot of the common things we use each day come from us. Like,
Right.
so it's like, you really want us to go? Like, I don't know. I could be saying so much. I could keep on going,
Right.
but yeah, like that's really much. That really hurt my heart. But yeah, what's your
Right.
check in for today, Bria?
Yeah, that was like I try to stay abreast of, worldly things and things that are happening around us. But at the same time, I don't I don't want to be like overwhelmed by it, but somehow I still get sucked in. So yesterday I was at the grocery store and this
Right.
guy was came up to me and was like, "I think you're cute," and like was I guess flirting with me, but it seemed kind of weird. And I obviously I rejected him. First of all, I'm married, so but in the
Right.
back of my mind, I'm like, is he gonna come back and like choke me out in the garage? Is he gonna come back and shoot? Like I gotta be really nice because I got to be one of the nice ones because maybe if he did come back and to shoot up the place, he'll say sorry to me because I was nice to him, regardless of the color of my skin. Like those, I
Right.
mean,
Exactly.
I could be being like a little dramatic because that's what my husband said, like you overdoing it. But like,
No, you not though, because we desensitize so much stuff. You are not being over dramatic. Like,
and I'm not the only person that thinks like go outside and has anxiety. Exactly. My sister just commented. It gives you major anxiety. Like not even this, just like every day the cops give me anxiety. Like, yeah, we all need to pray before we go anywhere. That's a fact. But
listen,
that
exactly.
definitely touched me as well. What's going on with me is my birthday is Saturday. So I've been trying to prepare for that. Not doing anything much, just brunching and lunching and dinner. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's Gemini season. Everybody loves to hate us. But we out here. And then also, a lot of people know because I share kind of like on my Instagram. I've been a stay-at-home mom for like 2 years. I actually got laid off from my corporate job. I was 6 months pregnant the day before my birthday. May 31st, I start a new job. But when I when I was going back to work, or what I wanted, if I had to go back to work, was to work from home. So I'll be working from home 100% still.
Yes.
So I think I'm still a stay-at-home mom. I'm just working from home because I will be working on my own stuff too. And working a few jobs at the same time. So I'm just gearing up for that, trying to get my mental together because I don't like really like corporate politics. Like I don't like to play the game a lot. But this company seems like they'll be a good fit for me. So y'all just pray for me. Cross your fingers, all that
Yes,
for me.
definitely.
But yeah, that's all I got for the check-in. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Peggy.
Awesome.
Thank you, Auntie
Yeah, I was
Tia.
about to say we do have a guy. We have a guy on the line. We have Dave on the line. He said, "What's up, ladies? Hey, Rhea, long time. I see you. Do your
What's the high
thing.
school?
Go do your thing, Rhea." Oh, y'all
All
went to
that,
high
all
school
that, all
together.
that.
Okay. Yeah. Peggy's on the line. Pamela's on the line. she was also talking about the Buffalo situation. She said that he
Right.
drove the distance because after he did his research, he felt like that was a large amount of Black people that would be in that store. It is really sad. Like you said, your sister said it gives major anxiety. That you need to pray before you go anywhere. True, like that's all facts. Like we can't take anything for granted now. David said it's going to be a vibing in him post share from. I mean, come on then. All right, and Peggy, congratulations on your job. Whoop whoop. And there's one more post I can't see. It's come. Oh, David said happy birthday. I mean, come on, y'all.
Yeah. So when you
Oh,
either of you are doing your
let
own thing, do you take other people's advice? I do and I don't. And that's with
do
everything. To be honest with you, in church and people that I follow and believe in, you take what applies and let the rest fly. Also, you have to keep your vision in mind. So if what other people have to say goes outside of what your vision is for you, your company, your business, whatever you have going on, if it's outside of your vision, I don't take that in. But whatever is helpful to me or whatever I feel is helpful, that would go with whatever my goal is or whatever my business is. I take that in, but whatever doesn't apply or the rest I let fly.
Yep. And
What
I
about
I
you?
pretty much do the same thing. Like I pretty much do the same thing. Like, cause we all have discernment. Like we know what feel like what is right on the inside, what
Mhm.
is not, what don't apply to you, you know. I think Jay-Z, he does like on Instagram. Jay-Z is like one of my favorite rappers, but as a kid and stuff, I have a whole Jay-Z story. But anyway, he has like it's like a recording of him talking about it, like, you know, everybody has like an opinion. Like one day his uncle told him that, you know, he would never sell 1 million records, and he's did that multiple times. Like it's
Mhm.
people always speak, like a lot of people speak from their own individual fears. And so
Mhm.
like when I get advice from people, I literally do. I take in what I can, like you eat what you can, and then I let go of what doesn't apply to me, and I just go for it when I'm doing my own thing. Because people, they don't have like what he said, like his uncle loved him. That's his uncle, but that was just what he felt like, you know, that's what he believed to be true.
Mhm.
That's where his limits are. And for you, and your question, like that's just what you have to do, you know. Don't allow people words to hold you from doing anything that you already know is possible and what your timing looks like for you. You go for it.
Amen.
Yeah.
Agree.
All right. We are going to move along, y'all. And if y'all want to check in, y'all can check in the comments below. Just go ahead and type it up. Let us know how you're doing.
Hi, Halima. Yes,
Your sister
you're right.
said some people don't
Some
want to
people
see
don't want
you.
to see your sister. That's a fact. That's a fact. They want to see you
Yeah,
doing
it's
good,
true.
but never better than them.
Right.
Jay Z
Yeah.
was my husband before he became Beyonce. Okay, I hear that.
Girl, listen, I told you I had a whole Jay-Z story. Okay, so now I gotta tell y'all my story, right? So in high school, I was like literally in love with Jay-Z, y'all. Like pictures, everything Jay-Z, right? And so one day, two of my friends called me and was like, Julia, Jay-Z and Beyonce got married. Wendy Williams just said it on the radio. When I tell y'all, I cried, like boohoo cried. Like
You was broken hearted.
yes, I was so broken hearted. And they was like, and then they was like, psych. And they was like, oh my God, you really crying? Like, yeah. I was like, y'all play, you know, like I'm wiping my tears, like, y'all play too much. Like, it was that bad. Y'all pray for me. Like, who I had it bad, y'all. Who I had it bad.
That's
All
funny.
right. All right. So
That was my son. Okay, so This week's episode, we'll be talking about relationships, both kind of romantic and platonic. So another thing, when we grow up and we get our husbands, our wives, and we grow up with the friends that we have, your circle set. They be like no new friends, like Drake. So what I wanted to ask is, are you team no new friends or you with the yes new friends? Let us know in the comments. I am yes new friends. Um because I feel like even your old friends sometimes have seasons, and I also feel like you meet people, you just meet genuinely good people that you didn't know, especially like maybe you moved to a new neighborhood like Julia. I mean, you've been in Memphis for a while, but you went to high school and college in New Jersey. So you had, when you moved, you
Right.
had to, or you were most likely to get new friends. So even with like you said, networking, or you in the new fields, or you starting a new business, you might come across genuine people that show you new ways and things, and kind of give you business or advice or whatever the case may be, that are genuinely good people. So I'm team new friends. What about you?
I'm also team new friends. I do. I do like what you mentioned. You actually mentioned it right on the spot. I'm coming from being born and raised in New Jersey, moving out here to Memphis. Even though I've been here for about 13 years now. However, when I first came, like going into the environment and meeting a group of women that literally are still my friends, still like my backbone today, like I always appreciate that. I appreciate I think literally they taught me how to be a friend. I think prior to that, I really didn't know how to be a good friend. But learning what friendship really looked like over the years, it was extremely helpful. And so, yeah, so I'm always open to learning and meeting new people. I'm always kind to people, because I want to have healthy relationships. I want to be able to expand my network. And so I definitely agree with like yes, new friends. And I have like a lot of female friends. Like I do like it doesn't really bother me. Like I hate when people be like, I can't. Like it's like why not? Like but I don't know. Maybe that comes from like I grew up with all women, so I have female friends and I appreciate them, and anybody that want to love me, listen, I love you too. So why not? I just wanted to think, and I guess we'll go into it as we go into our topic.
Okay.
Pamela
Well,
said, however,
no, go ahead.
go ahead, you can read it.
Oh, I was just,
Okay.
but before I read that, I
Pamela,
was just going to say, oh, sorry. Wait, I'm going to say this. I also mentioned, when I said yes to new friends, I mentioned like friends being in different seasons. I also, you can eliminate friends based off of the season that you are in, if they're not adding. So I just wanted to mention that. But you could read the comment.
yeah, you definitely can. Pamela said, however, oh wait, I can actually show it. Let's see, let's show it up on the screen.
I did it.
Okay, whatever. I'll just read it. You got it.
Yeah.
However, with that said, not all people are for you, and even with old people can be jealous of your accomplishment. Is cool. Yeah, I wrote more because that's all I could see. But
It's cool,
I
but I
mean,
do keep my
yeah,
guard
I mean, you're gonna get that either way. You're gonna get that even with people that's not your physical. Oh, you keep your guard up. Yeah.
up.
Like you're gonna get that regardless. Like you're gonna get people that's jealous of you. Like what Rhea said, people are just for seasons. Like, and that is true. Like, just because somebody started the race with you doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to finish with you.
Yes, that includes family
And
sometimes too.
time are just based like going off of past experiences. That's true. What'd you say?
Shaniqua said, and yes, that includes family sometimes too. Amen. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It does. It definitely does.
And
So you really have to
some
gauge it. And you know,
I was gonna say to Pam's comment, like I've had it's I've had people that were supposed to be my best friends like ghost me. And I really took a look at myself like, what did I do? And for the life of me, I don't know what I did, but the only thing like people around me would say they must have been jealous of you. But I'm never the person to think someone is jealous of you or jealous of me, sorry. Because anything I got, anybody could get. I'm not rich yet. So, I mean, but I've
yes,
never the one that people be, jealous because you.
yeah, that's true. It's, I mean, the reality of it is, as we go through life, there are going to be people that just don't like you. Like, and it's nothing that you could have done to them. It's nothing that you did wrong. That's why we have to really just be who we are and be unapologetic about who we are. Like, don't
Mhm.
allow people to try to determine who you're supposed to be. Like, knowing who you are, like, is extremely important, especially when it comes to even knowing like where you stand at and how much you're willing to take, and understanding that you're not willing to take on any added baggage. You're not
Mhm.
willing to take on nobody's baggage, but just willing to be there to where it's needed, and so I mean, I just approach every situation individually, because it's not everybody, and you just have to be able to know who you are and be okay with, like be okay with what your name is, be okay with what you stand for, are, so that way you and that way you can steer off those things people that is just not for you. And a lot of times people, and we're going to go into it when we go into our topic, but a lot of times people, they're never going to, like, people will just ghost you because they too afraid to tell you what's going on, like, or tell you what's wrong, and because they're more so worried about what your reaction is going to be. So instead of fake to understand, like, you are who you are, and it's okay who you are. Like, it's going to be people that rock with you, it's going to be people that just don't like you. You might not be their vibe, but then you got people that rock with you all day, and that's okay. So,
I'm
all
laughing.
right,
I don't know if y'all can
so
hear my door banging on the door.
we're going to move
Oh,
on to our topic. I cannot hear her.
okay, good.
Uh-oh. We're gonna go into our topic for tonight. Let's see. All right. So our topic for tonight is our let's talk topic for tonight is relationships, y'all. Listen, we know, like, whether it's a romantic relationship or whether it's a platonic, relationships are hard. And so we just had a few questions for you guys for tonight, just to kind of navigate what that relationships look like for you guys. How do you navigate through relationships? Are you afraid to have crucial conversations? Like, what does your crucial conversations look like? Um, and we're going to hit this real quick. So the first question that Ria had for you guys, and she kind of mentioned it. She said, "Have you ever decided to move on from a friendship, um, that it no longer was your vibe?" So have you ever decided to move on from a relationship that was no longer your vibe? Put it in the comments below. You gonna talk about it first, Bria?
Um, that was just a question I had. I've never left a relationship. I'm gonna be honest. I've never left a relationship because it just wasn't my vibe. Um, I've always left relationships due to like issues. Um, Even friendships. I'm a person. I don't. I mean, you kind of talk like hinted on it a little bit. I don't like to have hard conversations, and I like as I don't. I wouldn't say it's toxic, but as not good for me as it might be. I don't like to have toxic situ. I don't like to. Sorry, I don't like to have hard conversations. So I might stay in a relationship, romantic or platonic. I mean, or like my girlfriend, um, and like kind of I don't know, like, you know, guard my not guard myself, but like watch what I say, kind of be extra nice, kind of just because I don't want to or not say much, because just because I don't want to argue, because then that will be bad. And yeah, it's kind of immature. I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, I don't like conflict either. So I would say it's kind of immature, but once I had enough, then I don't care what comes out of my mouth. And I think that is my main thing. I'm trying to guard the next person from my mouth. um, but yeah, that's something I need to work on.
Yeah. For me, I think yes. In the sense of like maybe the vibe was more so like that we actually just outgrew each other. Um, but with crucial conversations, it is hard. Like, but I do in this season, I do try to make sure that I approach it. I'm not like a nasty person. I am a direct person. And so it's more of a let's sit down. I want to hear you out. I'm not going to talk over you. I'm going to let you talk. We talk and we see if we can actually come to some type of conclusion. Because one of the things that get under my skin is like constantly having to readdress a situation. Like after we already come to a conclusion, it's kind of like I don't want to keep revisiting it. So I'm gonna ask you, like, okay, are we okay? Are we good? Is there anything else that you want to talk about? Versus like just holding it in, because there was times that I just hold stuff in and then it's kind of like tick tick boom. It's like a tick tick boom effect. And like it's not good because you can't come back from, I think we talk about like it's not really, you can't really come back from like cursing a person out. Like it's not like, how do you really come back from that? Like,
Yeah, let's
like
hold on to it. Yeah,
you got like how did,
I ain't forget.
yeah,
You
like
cussed
it's
me out.
right. Right. So yeah, so that's kind of what I do when it comes to the crucial conversations and dealing with people with this, because I want all friendships that I have to be able to grow. um
Hmm.
I want to see everybody win. Like that's a natural thing that like I have inside of me. Like I just literally want to be able to see people win. Like I want you to win,
I
like
believe
and
that.
so it's like, so when like people fall off or we have disagreements and stuff, or I feel like, or I realize that hey, this person probably really never liked me the whole time. Like, it does hurt a little bit, but it's okay to let go. Like, because you don't need to be stressed out. You don't need to carry on people baggage. Like that's like, you have to be able to say no and just move on from that. um let's see. All right. So another one was, have you ever been ghosted by a romantic friend or a girlfriend?
Well, I mentioned I've been ghosted by two friends that was supposed to be my best friends. I don't have time to tell stories. Like this is not story time on YouTube. But I don't know what I did. If they see this, like you could email me, I got the same number. You could text me, call me, whatever, and let me know what I did. But I got ghosted by two friends before, never by male. These are two females that were supposed to be my best friends at kind of different times or whatever. Yeah, it's weird because I've really taken time out, like I just said, to reassess my part in things. I'm never a person that be like, well, I ain't do nothing. Um, yeah, took a look at myself. I really don't know. So yeah, I've been ghosted by friends before, friends. Um, and yeah.
Yeah.
What about?
So when in my early 20s, I have ghosted a friend. Like we had like a disagreement and afterwards we had a disagreement and afterwards like I just stopped talking to the person. And I regret it now because I wish I would have just been honest because we actually could have worked through it. Now like years later we talked, we pieced it up, but it took a while. Like I am the person that it's bad, but like well, no, it's actually a good thing. Like, I know it may sound crazy, but like I'll like message people on Facebook or any way that I can communicate with them and I apologize to them. Like, well, I apologize for what I did when I was in high school. I apologize.
Oh, I ain't
But
doing that.
it just be on my heart. Right.
I'm not that mature.
Right. But I mean, it just be on my heart, and like I don't know, because I don't know. I just feel it, so I'd be like, okay, let me just do this, and like, and me and the person are able to talk about it, and they'll be like, oh, it's fine. Like I just didn't understand what I did, like what you said, or the other person was like, oh, it's cool, I didn't remember, and if I did anything, so it actually works out really well when I do it. I know people probably be like, why are you reaching out to me? Like it's almost 20 years later, but I just feel like I need to do that. But I also been ghosted in relationships too. And
Oh wow.
so I feel like maybe I'm getting it back. I don't know. But it's so weird though. Like I could be ghosted and then like maybe months later. Like they always come back. So it'd be kind of like, why, like what's really going on? Like, and at
Mm-hmm.
that point, like I'm not gonna go back. So it's just like, you probably was better. The worst thing you could do is like go silent with me. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
kind of letting people know, like if you ever want to get at me, all you have to do is go silent. Like I literally can't take it. So but like, and I think that's probably why I went back and I apologized to people and stuff like that. But yeah, so I definitely been ghosted, and then later on they want to come back, and it's kind of like, no, you can't come back. Like you ghosted me, like so stay ghost. Like keep the same energy. Keep
I've
the same
apologized.
energy that you.
I apologize to one person for how my part in things because during that relationship I was always the victim. Like, oh, they did this to me, they did that to me, but I ain't going on no Facebook. I don't. I could, child, you better than me. But I feel like you're really good. You really good with being upfront. You always come with the listen.
I am. But I have to learn, like I have to grow into that. Like I didn't always have it. I promise you I didn't always have it. Like I had to grow into that. But yeah, I do. Like I do. I want to address stuff. I don't want nobody. Like I really think about now that I'm older, like I think about like the impact that I left on people, like in my
Mm-hmm.
lifetime. Like I could be somebody's trauma. And I probably was, because I mean I've been people bosses before, and I was a mess. So like, so it's kind of like I apologize. Listen, if y'all watch the show right now, I apologize. I really do, because I know like I don't want to ever leave a bad impact on anybody. I promise you I don't. And I don't mean harm. I promise it could have been what I was going through back then, because I was going through a lot. So I do apologize for that. And I think about that, like the impact, like when like I've been talking about like when Kevin Samuels passed away and like how like people were talking about him and stuff. Like, you know, like I don't want to leave that type of taste in people's mouth. Yeah, like
people celebrating
I don't want to leave that kind
of demise.
Yeah, like I don't want that. I really don't want that. Pamela said there's no yelling or cursing when having a difficult conversation with your spouse or significant other, family, etc. I agree with that. Yeah, you can't have a difficult conversation without being nasty, without cursing at people, without calling them name or demeaning them or trying to make them look little just so you could feel better. Like you could just have a upfront conversation with a person. Your sister says she hasn't had one that she remembers. She said, as a matter of fact, I have been ghosted by one of my best friends.
And then she's done a lot of ghosting.
Yeah, let's see. I can't see all of them, but yeah. So definitely. It. So we did. What you saying?
That was pretty much in the comments.
Oh. All right. So, oh, so we did come up with our 5 though. Do you want to talk about our 5 now?
Sure. I don't have the list, but you can start.
All right. I'm about to pull it up on the screen now.
Okay.
You know, our slides been moving when they want to move.
So our 5 is basically a list of 5 things to like take with you after our talk and discussion, and the 5 are developed off of whatever our topic is. So the number 1 from my 5 is communication. Communication is key, is gold standard, is everything in any relationship. Communication, telling people how you feel, or even how they made you feel, is key. And a note: just because you said something doesn't mean that it was communicated. Communication works both ways. A message has to be received for a communication to be completed. So if you yelling at somebody, cussing at them, most likely they ain't received that message. They're just went over here because all they hear is the cuss and the fuss. So communication has to be said and received and interpreted for it to be effective. You got comprehension?
Yep. Yep. So along with communication, a good point that Rhea had brought up was like the understanding part, the comprehension part. Like, you know, just because a person is talking, it does take you to actually listen and understand where they're coming from. And just you being able to understand doesn't necessarily mean that you agree with the person. Like you guys can still come to an understanding and still not agree. Like you still can have your same opinion, you know, but just come to a mutual ground, a mutual understanding of the topic. I think that that is extremely important. You want to go into respect?
RESPECT. Find out what it means. Like, one thing I'm gonna do is sing, even though I can't sing. It's like no, but respect is self-explanatory. You need to respect people. Respect. People might disagree with me, but everybody should have. I would say not the 100. Everybody should have respect. Even kids should have respect. Some people say respect is earned. I say respect should be given to every human being on the earth, even babies. So respect people, and 9 times out of 10, you'll receive respect back in any type of relationship.
I agree. Support. Support is so important. And so many times I think about support, like when you have people that they'll post on social media, they'll say how, you know, family and friends won't support you and and so I think when it comes to like a healthy relationship, support is very important, no matter what that support looks like. Like, if you love me, your love is support, you know, being able to be available, to have the conversations with me, to support me through that. It may not be you actually buying a product or you actually liking a post, but whatever support that you're able to give, like, I appreciate it, you know, just being able to be available to the people that you love. I think that that's really important.
Okay, my daughter is here. She's bullying me. Excuse me. She needs to sit on my stool and she needs to take over my seat as the show host. The last one we have is accountability. I'm gonna take accountability for this brat being a brat. Okay. Um, accountability is a big one. Some people like to blame, like I said, be the victim in certain situations. Make sure in situations where you're not disagreeing, or if you have disagreements, that you take a look at your part, the part that you played. Even if it's not your fault, maybe you played a part. So I think accountability is just
Right.
as important as communication.
Yeah. And then also, like, when it comes to accountability, like, real friendships, like really good friendships, your friends are able to hold you accountable, like, and you're able to hold them accountable. Like, but does accountability feels good? No.
Not
But
all
in
the time.
order for you to grow and move forward, those healthy relationships, it is important for people to be able to hold each other accountable. So those are our 5, y'all, when it comes to relationships. We came up with these 5 because we believe like these 5 tips can actually help you guys, whether it is a romantic relationship or it's a platonic relationship, with your girlfriends or with your coworkers. It can work all the same. It's just important to communicate, comprehend, respect, support, and be accountable.
Amen.
All right. And
Um,
so moving on along, listen, we're coming to a close of our show, y'all. And we want you guys to, oh, go ahead, Rhea.
oh yeah, we're coming to the close of the show, and we would like if y'all would follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. All at it's the Meetup on everything.
And as we close, we always close with a virtual cheers. Listen, we believe in celebration. So if there's anything that you would like to celebrate for this week, go ahead and put it in the comments right now, because we are going to celebrate you, celebrate your accomplishment. Listen, we already have an accomplishment to celebrate because Rhea has a birthday coming up. Come on, 37, as
Really?
well
Don't be
as
telling my
a
age. I
new
do not
job.
count years. I just count the memories. I do not. X that out the replay.
Okay, I'll take it out the replay. As well as, new job listing. So we definitely are going to cheers to that. And whatever you have in the comments, we cheers to you guys as well. Listen, salute to you. You did it. You did it. You did it. You did it. We're so excited for you. So cheers for this week. And we hope that this celebration, our clapping for you, uh allows it to carry on into your next week as well, remembering that you have the hosts right here at the Meetup ready to celebrate with you every week. All right, so we're closing up here on Instagram, on Facebook and YouTube, and we're getting ready to head right over to Instagram right now to do our live show for our Instagram viewers. So we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye,
Thanks for
y'all.
coming. Bye. Come get her. Come get her.